with the bill, and I think we have probably a better than even shot in the Senate. I know you've met with Mr. Otis, the Chief of Staff to Senator Oppenheimer. We've reached out to the staff of Dean Skelos, the Majority Leader's office, and I think they've expressed a willingness to work with us and try and get it passed. So I think we're in better shape than we were last year. If nothing else, we've got it on everybody's radar, and most importantly, we have it on the Majority Leader's radar on the Senate side. So we'll start right up after the first of the year to get the bill in front of the state Senate. They come back on January 3rd or 4th after the State of the State, and let's hope they make it a priority.
Well, just to be clear, the bill was watered down last year, and I'm wondering if it doesn't make sense. Do we have to resubmit the bill again anyway, or not?
No, because this is not a new legislature that was elected in the fall. This is the same. Technically, the sessions are 2-year sessions, so I don't believe we do. I mean, if George Latimer says we have to reintroduce, we will, and if we have to do another home rule, we will. But look, I was not happy with the watered-down version, but I mean.
Well, that's what let's come up with I think I think that ultimately. Well, remember, it wasn't home rule. I guess the first point. Right?
Well, the Assembly wanted a statewide bill. The Senate wanted a local bill. So now we're at a statewide bill, which is interesting because then we would be impacting the entire state, in terms of certioraries. But I think I think we're going to have a conversation with Otis right after the first, and with Skelos' people to see what the Senate will approve and see if they'll approve the Assembly bill.
Could you come back to us with a report for the next meeting?
Okay.
For a legal strategy, I think we need to revisit whether we want to go with the existing watered-down law, or since we started from square one, we want to go back with the more robust law. And we need to talk to someone in Latimer and State Senator Oppenheimer and come up with a strategy whether we're going to go home rule or statewide.
Yes.
Given the fact that we didn't get it past the second running, I'd like to, if you come back with a recommendation on the best way forward to ensure approval this year.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Superintendent of Highways, Mr. Nardi.
Okay. On December 6th, a meeting was held with Tom Aminen, Brian Smith from Aminen Kirby, John G. Crescenzo, and myself to get up to date with the 2 Southbury Avenue Bridge projects. On the Southbury Avenue Bridge over Guyan Creek, Brian Smith from Aminen Kirby has the plans and paperwork ready for the bids. There was confusion with the Village of Mamaroneck which bridge was getting the sidewalk repair. They read the plans wrong. They thought we were coming higher than what's existing, which is not the case. It's a 6-inch sidewalk, 4 inches are coming off, and then they're going to re-put it back, fresh rebar, concrete, the same level of 4-inch. They have a new building inspector. We're just waiting to hear back from him to discuss it with him to let him know that there's not going to be any change in height. The Southbury Avenue Bridge over Otter Creek. The Coast Guard's been notified about the future work to be done at Otter Creek Bridge. Also, to bring existing paperwork up to date. When the bridge was completed back around 2000, they got the proper permits and everything, but the problem was they never notified the Coast Guard when it was completed. So Aminen Kirby's taking care of that, and then that paperwork the plans and the bid packages should be ready by mid-January to get that on cue. And that's basically it. And I just want to say it's been really fun. I really enjoyed working for the town, and I wish John the best of luck.
Tom, don't run away. And I'm going to tell you, and if Supervisor Carvin was here, he'd say the same thing. You have done a spectacular job with this position. The reports that we receive every month are always detailed. We never have to ask for anything because you're giving it to us right away. The vendors that we've used ultimately have done nothing but say that you've been very attentive to what they needed, and the job sites, there's never been any issue, and the town of Rye was better for having you in that position. So, Tom, I want to thank you. You've been everything that the superintendent of highways needed to be. And, I know that if we do need help in the future, I know we can turn to you, and I want to thank you on behalf of the residents, especially on behalf of the town. You've been spectacular.
Okay, thank you. It means a lot. I really appreciate that.
Thank you,
Actually, I'd just like to echo those sentiments. Mr. Nardi did an absolutely fantastic job for the town. I can't thank you for enough for your hard work and for the exemplary way in which you filled that position. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks.
Okay. Park foreman.
Good evening. In the last month, my staff have been doing many projects. They completed the bathroom downstairs on our first floor at 10 Pearl Street. They replaced all the tiles in the supervisor's office after the water damage that we had. Actually, it started from animal, but we did that, and now we're in the first floor ladies' room, going down the number of projects on our list, and we're going to keep on going until we, complete the fall-winter project. So right now, in the ladies' room, we're fixing tiles, we're scraping the walls, painting, and replacing all the old soap dispensers with brand new ones. And then once Pearl Street is completed, then we'll move on to Crawford Park and work on the second floor rooms upstairs.
Frank, who's doing what here? You have three guys that you're talking about, correct?
Yes.
All right. So who's doing what? Give us a breakdown.
Mike Iantorno.
All right. What's he doing?
He's painting.
He's
Okay.
painting.
Okay. Ronnie is, the scraping.
Ronnie's scraping.
Scraping,
Mike's
painting, and painting as well. And I'm, helping them as much as I can, plus doing my work. In my office doing invoices for Bishop, as well as, doing the trash removal and whatnot. So we've been busy.
Okay. One thing that I'm anticipating. Okay. Now the village of the town of Rye has taken. We got some feedback here, right?
So Joe, put the headset back on.
Joe, just put your headset on.
Is that better?
Yes.
That's good. Good?
Yeah, finally.
All right, very good. Okay, so Frank, I
Yes.
said the town of Rye, we've taken some very progressive steps over the past 4 years, okay? And so what I see now for the Parks Department is that you're in a unique position, okay? Through the efforts, the privatization efforts that we have with some of the park maintenance, okay? That frees you up, okay? And going into these winter months, where there's even if there was something to do outside, we have somebody who's doing that already, okay? I think that you're going to be challenged, okay, to work efficiently and really to keep three people busy, during this this new progress, okay? So I think that as a leader, as a department head, you need to start to realize maybe there's some changes that need to happen in the future when it comes to the Parks Department, okay? As important as it is to hear that we have three people in the Parks Department and all you can talk to tonight is one guy's scraping, one guy's painting, and you help one of the guys. So, I know it sounds... Frank,
there's more.
hear me out. I know it sounds simplistic, but here's the thing. We need to better understand where our assets are going. When it comes to the maintenance of facilities and things of that nature. Okay, and I've seen the painters work here. They come in at night, they bang out the one whole floor, and they're done. So we want to see progress, but we need to make sure that we have, the staff, and that we have leaders in departments that are going to be progressive with us, okay? Because it feels to me, personally, that, we're coming up with these initiatives. Hello, Dave. We're coming up with these initiatives going forward. So we're coming up, thinking outside of the box. So we're having the assessor, we're making him stretch, okay? So he's out of his comfort zone. We have the finance department stretching. And we are thinking outside of the box with everything that we're doing. The media that we're doing with Dave Thomas, the outreach with Greg Arcaro. I mean, we can look to people that are working with us. The superintendent of highways, we just talked about how we used to have almost a reactive superintendent of highways, and we went 4 years with a proactive person who, took that position to the next level. So that's what we need. And you hear the enthusiasm I have in my voice, Frank? This is what it has to be to go forward, okay? It can't be scraping and painting. It has to be thinking outside of the box, okay? Stop being reactive and start being proactive, okay? That's what we need. So we need to have a better understanding, okay? I think that's important. Now going into now we're going to go into a new full season, okay? Of the way that the management's changed there, right? And the day-to-day operations. So I think that you should also understand and have a better handle on the who's working, what days, what hours they're putting in, because in this limited capacity now, there should be very little opportunity, if none, for overtime and things of that nature. So keep in your mind, somebody works 10 hours on Monday, well, Tuesday to Friday, chances are you have to focus on having them work 30 hours, okay? And then there's your 40 hours. So be mindful of that. Be the leader, be this department head, and be responsive, okay?
And we also talked about possibly if it's going to be that there's people just sitting around looking for things to do, that we could possibly look at cutting hours and cutting back. So,
Well, they have Mike, Ronnie, myself, and Bishop has a copy of the list. So when we're doing a project, we'll meet every Tuesday, myself, Bishop, and Mike, and we'll talk about what we've done. And, we're just focusing on this list. This is like the Bible. So they're going to follow this list, every day. One day they're out in the field doing garbage and paper pickup and whatnot after the busy weekend. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're inside doing projects inside. And in between, if there's something else that comes up, like last week I think it was the beginning of last week when we had that emergency where the water was coming inside the building, Bishop called me right away to cover, a lot of the, the paperwork and furniture while we, fix the problem. So they're going to be following this list and to keep on going. Every day I'm going to check off of what they completed, and then Bishop and I will sit down and go over it. And
okay. That's good. Now, here's my challenge to you. You have this list, okay? Create some goals and some deadlines for yourself, okay? So you have to come up with that. Responsible goal for a specific project. And if this project is not completed on this specific time, or within this specific allotted, whatever it may be, parameters, then there has to be a reaction on your part, okay? So why didn't we complete this goal? What are we doing, okay? Time management, things of that nature. We're here to help you, okay? But the whole thing is that we don't want to have to worry about managing the park. That's why you're here.
And the other thing is that I would like to see Bishop become less involved. I don't want to see always having to have meetings with Bishop. You're the department head. You should be managing the people, not having to depend on Bishop to manage your crew.
Well, every Tuesday we meet, as a department head, to Bishop, and he wants to know what's going on. So Tuesday from 10 o'clock to 10:30, or 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, we'll sit and go over what has been done.
Who does?
Myself, Bishop, and Mike Iantorno.
So I see it that you and Bishop could possibly do that. Why do you need to pull in a third person if it's your department?
Because Mike was, the go-to guy for Crawford Park. I'm the go-to guy for Right Town Park.
Well, that should be changed.
I thought that did change, though, Michelle.
I thought that you were the head of the
No,
department.
I am. I am the head of the department, but we also
So it
had
would
Mike.
be your job to tell Mike what he needs to do at Crawford instead of pulling Mike in also.
But then I'll have him work out in the field while I'll sit with Bishop on a Tuesday. I mean, if you want me to cut it back, from 1 hour a week, I'll do 30 minutes a week if you'd like.
Well, we'd like to do what's necessary. We're not telling you how to
Oh,
run
no,
your
no, no.
department.
I
We're
just-
trying to free up Bishop more to do his job so that you can do your job. That's all.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Very good. Okay, so this is a perfect time to bring up Mr. Byrne.
So why don't you close the public hearing on the budget?
Sure.
All right, very good.
If you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and vote on the budget, and I think I'm going to go through that if it's okay.
Joe, well, you're
That's fine, yeah.
sitting there. What is it? About 4 in the morning now?
Yeah, it's 1:45 a.m. Yeah.
1:45.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
Just 5 minutes.
All right. Very good.
So I make a motion to close
All right,
the
so
public
we'll
hearing?
I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Very good. Second.
Second.
Call the roll.
Gelfarb.
Aye.
Mendocino.
Aye.
Wires. Villanova.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Dave.
Okay. We were presenting the...
Yeah. Here we are, Joe.
Sorry.
We're presenting the revised budget, the proposed adopted budget, and there's new look and feel. But before I talk about some of those changes that have been added to this adopted budget, just want to talk to the numbers a little bit, the way you have in front of you. And this budget has been reviewed by the board and changes have been made. As it stands right now, the town tax levy reflects a 17.4% decrease from last year's budget and a 12.1% tax rate decrease from 2011 adopted budget. We have appropriated $690,000 from the fund balance, and the tax levy is $329,945, again, which is a 12.1% tax rate decrease. Appropriation expenditures are down $4,703 from last year's budget, so basically they've remained flat. Some other notes in this budget that's in front of you to vote on tonight is in the new budget, there's commentary on all departments in addition to the numbers. There's also a one-page summary of revenue and expenditures. The budget summary that was included by the town supervisor, those were his changes, so that you have as on one page you can look at what the revenues and expenditures are for the town. So just a new look and feel of the budget to be more detailed, include more information, more commentary, and so it's a better budget overall and easier to use for the public. There's salary increases were voted on and approved for all employees of town at a 2% rate, and there is a $90,000 contingency that is in the budget for unexpected or unforeseen items that happened in 2012. So we are asking you to vote on this budget that you have made revisions to along the way from the preliminary budget to this point, and so it will be the budget of record for 2012.
I just have one question. Why
Sure.
on the scheduled revenues and expenditures general fund is the property tax collection not listed there? We have all the other various revenue.
Well, because it's not a revenue, it's based upon when you approve the budget that the taxes are the levy. So if you increase expenditures, then you're going to have to increase the tax levy. So it's after fund balance. It's basically that's the difference that makes up the budget. So it's
I mean, you're calling it a plug, but it's really a revenue. I mean, tax collection is...
it's a
seems like
revenue, right. It is a revenue that the town receives, but it's based upon the shortfall of actual revenues that the town receives from outside sources, mortgage tax, state aid, things like that, over and above the expenditures. So it's a levy. So in a sense, it's not a revenue item until, if revenues and expenditures equal, there would be no tax levy.
Okay.
Good night, Billy, Supervisor Romo. I just wanted to, if I could, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
I just wanted to thank Mr. Burns for all his hard work in putting together the budget. I want to thank all the department heads for their hard work in putting together this year's budget. I wanted to make a couple of comments if I could. First of all, the number one goal for this town over the next 4 years is to make the town of Rye and its constituent communities model American communities. That's number one. There's three things that make up a model American community in my view. First and foremost is tax affordability. If your tax is not affordable, you can't have a model American community. If people can't afford to live there, if only the rich can afford to live in your community, if seniors can't afford to live in our community, it's not a model American community. So first and foremost, I'm thrilled that for a fourth year in a row, we're able to reduce taxes. I want to thank everybody in the town of Rye, from the board to our employees, for the hard work they've done in terms of controlling costs and reducing expenditures. Second thing, fundamentally important to model American community is best-in-class government. We want to make certain not only that we reduced expenditures in the town of Rye, but every department head is best in class. That means the town parks need to be best in class. The town assessor's office, best in class. The town clerk, best in class. The town receiver of taxes, best across the state and the judges. And I'm happy to report that this year's budget, each of the department heads put in place in this year's budget their goals for 2011, what they've executed on, their goals for 2012. And what I've asked each department head to do going forward is to establish criteria for evaluating their office, their department, to make certain that we're best in class. I know Mr. Town Assessor Markowitz is fully committed to having the best, most accurate property roll in New York State. I know we already have the nicest town clerk in all of New York State, and that service-oriented, we want to go throughout the town. Similarly, the receiver tax. Basically, we want to make sure that each department is best in class. So we're getting the most, we can give each constituent confidence we're getting the best value for the money and the taxes we're taking from us, the best value for the money. And the third component is really a quality of life component. And that's the tougher thing. I don't know if Mr. Arcaro's here tonight, but basically what we're trying to do is meet with every community outreach group, every house of worship in the town of Rye, and trying to find out what it is that they're trying to achieve in the respective organizations for their community. Get them to tell us whether we're a model American community, if not what we need to achieve that goal. And then ultimately, as we really work to provide a tremendous quality of life to each and every constituent, provide a framework under which each and every constituent can realize and achieve their highest selves. We're in the holiday season, so why not see if our government can't work with each constituent, each citizen in our town, youth groups, seniors, the strength of the United States. And the strength of our community is a spectacular human resource. The United States of America is a community organized around an idea. The idea that all men and women are created equal. And we strive tirelessly to achieve those goals. And what we want to try and do as we reach out to each of the community outreach organizations, each of the houses of worship, we want to do is see if we can coordinate those efforts. Bring them together in a rational, coherent whole. And the town as an umbrella organization is particularly well situated, in my view, to help them achieve that. So as I get ready to go to sleep, I wanted to make certain that everybody understand that the model American community represents three things: tax affordability, best-in-class government, and top quality of life. And I certainly know I'm not going to rest. I know this board won't rest until every constituent in the town of Rye agrees that we've done our best to achieve model American community status. So we'll be defining the goals, we'll be meeting with the community outreach organizations, we'll be meeting with the houses of worship. That's our goal for the next 4 years, nothing less. And then finally, I should just mention, On January 12th, this is an important date, everybody mark it down, January 12th, we're going to have the next iteration in our democracy project, if you will, or in terms of the study to dissolve the town of Rye and or improve shared services. So we just got our final draft of the baseline report from our consultant CGR, and they're going to hold the next public meeting at 7 o'clock on January 12th in the Village of Mamaroneck to basically divulge the results of the baseline report. There won't be any recommendations here. It'll be the numbers. We'll get that baseline report up on the website as soon as possible. I would strongly urge every concerned citizen to look at that report. It's the best analysis of local municipal government I've ever seen. And there's been a lot of reports everybody knows over the last 20, 30 years. It is the best one I've ever seen. So finally what we're trying to do is create a community conversation around the way we need to govern ourselves, the most efficient and basically supportive way that we can govern ourselves. So I wanted to make mention of that meeting on January 12th. Sorry for being so long, Deputy Supervisor Little. I just wanted to get that off.
No, it's great, and that's excellent comments going into this resolution. So, that being said, any additional comments from the board?
No.
I will then entertain a motion to adopt the budget for 2012.
Pursuant to the resolution that is presented.
Correct, as stated in the resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Gelfarb.
Aye.
Mendocino.
Aye.
Myers. Villanova.
Yes? Call Joe for he waited up.
Carvin.
Yes.
Sorry.
There we go, all right. Very good.
Joe.
Joe, and I want to thank you, because you know what? You waited up, you're going to travel, you're probably not going to get any sleep, you're going to be traveling back here for a meeting tomorrow at 2 o'clock with Mitch to go fight Home Depot. And the people in the town of Rye and these communities need to know Joe does work tirelessly. He's a 24-hour-a-day kind of guy, and I want to thank you, Joe. Thanks.
Well, Billy, thank you so much. I want to take this opportunity to wish happy holidays to everybody in the town of Rye, to my colleagues on the town board, and to my colleagues and friends in the town of Rye. Thank you so much. Happy holidays to everybody. Thank you.
Good job.
All right, Joe.
Good night.
All right. Okay, so the next will go into Resolution A, and this was given to us and reviewed by...
You can do them all at once, by the way.
Okay, so Resolution A, B, and C, and this will be identifying the attorneys' counsel that will work with these cases, and we'll entertain a motion to pass these resolutions.
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Gelfarb.
Aye.
Mendocino.
Aye.
Myers. Villanova.
Yes,
Carvin.
very good.
You have to approve the minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
and a motion to approve the minutes from November 15th.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second,
Second.
very good.
Gelfarb. Mendocino. Myers. Villanova.
Yes.
Carvin.
Very good. Okay, and what else? Okay.
That's it.
Mr. Arcaro, do you have a report for us tonight? We're good?
Okay.
We're good.
Resolution A included resolutions B and C?
Yes.
A, B, and C. Dave?
No.
No comment?
Oh, sorry.
Feel
Sorry.
happy.
All right. A lot on my mind. Yes,
Wait.
I made a rather long address of thanks last month. I thought that would be my swan song, but I would like once again to thank everyone for first the voters for having given me this opportunity to serve. It's really been a tremendous and rewarding experience, and I really thank all of the voters and citizens of the town of Rye for having given me this opportunity to serve them. I'd like to thank the other members of the town board for the pleasure and the privilege of serving with them. They were really a fantastic group. I know they will go forward over the next 4 years and serve the citizens and the taxpayers in an exemplary manner as they've done so far. Best wishes to all of them. I know it's an absolutely terrific board, and the taxpayers can be very proud and very satisfied. In addition, the workers of the town of Rye are second to none. We have department after department which does a phenomenal job. We have a terrific assessor, finance department, tax receiver, a one-of-a-kind town attorney, terrific superintendent of highways. I know the new superintendent of highways will do a terrific job. Parks department working tirelessly on our behalf. I'd like to thank each and every one of you, the town clerk in particular. I've really enjoyed working with Hope Vespia. She's really, really a terrific public servant, and I've never seen anyone as dedicated to public service in my time in government and otherwise. And also, Mr. Arcaro, it's a little hard to pigeonhole you, which I'm glad to say you can't be pigeonholed, but in your rather unique role, you are also a top-notch public servant. So thank you very, very much to everyone. I'm really looking forward to my next stop at the county legislature in White Plains.
Very good.
And we thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
I too wanted to just say thank you to all of our staff. You really are a great group, and thank you for all your hard work throughout the year. And I just wanted to wish everyone here happy holidays, whatever you're celebrating. Be safe and have a healthy new year.
I want to thank Tom Nardi again. You did a great job. We're going to miss you. This past year, the town has grown in certain ways. I think the technology component has been upgraded. I think that the amount of effort to be transparent and forthcoming with information grows every month with the information that we place on the website and the way things are handled here. So I'm very happy to see that progress. Tonight, I was able to chair the Rye-Town Park Commission meeting, and I want to say that Bishop, even though that it may not always come across, you really are doing a spectacular job balancing all of these balls up in the air, and the amount of effort that Bishop has to give to the town, he also has to give to the Rye-Town Park Commission, and I want to thank you. That's a big undertaking. Wish everyone a happy and healthy New Year. Tonight we start Hanukkah, and have everybody Merry Christmas. And I can't thank everybody enough for all the efforts that you're giving forward. We're growing as a community, and I look forward to see what the next year is going to give us. So with that, a motion to adjourn.
Second.
And
Well, one thing before I vote, I
Yeah.
did forget to thank someone who really came on board 4 years ago, was new to the job, and really has set the standard for the next 100 years and how to be the confidential secretary and director of purchasing. I'd like to really give a final shout out to Bishop Nowotnik, who has really set an example of how to do a job and how to do it right. Now I can vote.
very good. Okay. So we have a motion. And do we have a second?
Second.
And please call the roll.
The last.
The last time.
Gelfarb, Mendocino,
Aye.
Myers, Villanova.
Yes. Very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Good job, Billy.